Hi everybody, happy Friday, and welcome to today's Star Trek stream, which is the second Star Trek stream I'll be giving this week. Although the first one, for those of you who were there, you might remember there were some technical difficulties. In particular, some trouble getting the audio to work. So I'm hoping this time I have those resolved. I believe I have the issue all resolved now. So for anyone who wasn't there, the trouble, and it's an audio glitch unlike any other I've seen before. But what was happening is that the main character's dialogue was coming through for me, but it was not coming through on stream. And I looked it up, and I saw that some other people were having some audio issues with this game. I wasn't quite able to find anyone with that particular issue, but I did see people having that issue in some other games. And a fix that I found for it was just to turn off the spatial sound. I believe it's called Windows Sonic for headphones. If you just turn that off, apparently it fixes the issue. And I tested it out on an earlier recording in OBS, and it seemed to work. So it should work this time. Now that said, if it doesn't, then let me know, and that is something I can, try to work through. But if the audio of the dialogue is not coming through, or if it's coming through too loud, like if the game audio is too loud, let me know. And that is also something that I can try to address. Oh, Chrysostomo, Ibarra, welcome. Beautiful evening to you as well. Nice to see you again. I think I remember you from my debut, actually. Always good to see returning faces. Now, another thing I should mention is that Star Trek in general is just a series I've long been a very big fan of. The philosophical content in it especially is something that I quite enjoy. For classic Trek in particular. So things like, the original series, Next Generation, those are probably my favorites. Also, of course, really like Deep Space Nine. Recently finished watching Deep Space Nine, actually. And right now I am making my way through Voyager. So that's a lot of fun. Oh, been stuck on Twitch. Yeah, well, that'll do it. So this game, apart from the brief stream that I had earlier this week for it, I don't really have a great deal of familiarity with this game. I do know that it's a pretty choice-based game. It's one where choices matter, apparently, which I think is a great idea for a Star Trek game. I think there's so much cool potential there for interesting, gameplay exploration and story exploration in the Star Trek universe in a choices matter type game. So I'm looking forward to giving this a try and, yeah, seeing how the story turns out. 90s Star Trek is peak fiction. Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. Like, that is just the thoughtfulness behind it, I think, makes it so much more interesting than something that, just has like a lot of action, but like not as much of the, thoughtful philosophical material. So with that all said, I don't believe there's anything else that needs to be said by way of preliminaries. It sucks they never made anything after Voyager. Yeah, no, I hope someday they get back to the more kind of classic style of Star Trek. That would be really good. But for right now, at least we have this game, so we will see. Maybe this game will carry on the torch in its own way. So here we go, and I'm going to choose an empty slot for this one. So we'll be starting over from the beginning. Last time we only made it like 10 minutes in anyway, so best just to have a clean start, and we shall see how it goes. Okay, right, yeah, so choices matter. Good, good. And there's going to be a captain's log sequence coming up right now in just a moment. So if you don't hear it, chat, then let me know, and I'll try to fix the audio, but it should come through this time after the fix I applied.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down.
Love
They're
that they
ready for
start with the
something
captain's log.
I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them.
Feels very true to the classic Trek.
Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good.
So this is going to be the person we
Our
play
new
as,
first
I'm pretty
officer
sure.
is en route to the Resolute.
Yep, our first officer.
ChxrryVT. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
That catch there.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst. But
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 3. That sounds like the most encouraging
Stick around
option.
in Starfleet and you'll be sure to see worse than this. I have.
and you're here to talk about it.
In the flesh.
That's right, dude.
That's good.
Yeah, I really sympathize with this guy, because, I mean, like, it would be super scary going on a shuttle like that into space, at least for me. But I think it's admirable that
Sorry,
he's
I'm a
joining
little
anyway.
anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
Yeah, facing his fears.
It won't be easy for Chara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Play as a Bajoran? Yeah, I suppose maybe she is Bajoran. I mean, the ridge kind of on her nose or forehead looks to me a little bit different from, like, the Bajorans in Deep Space Nine, but maybe that's just, like, artistic differences. Maybe it's still meant to be Bajoran. Or maybe a different kind of Bajoran. But yeah, I don't really know, like, what other species she would be if not Bajoran. So I do think that's a fair guess that, yeah, probably she is Bajoran. We might see, I guess, as the game goes on. Maybe it'll give us some background on her character. Like, it almost looks Klingon in a way, like the ridge, but I mean, none of the rest of her looks Klingon, so I know it's not Klingon. So yeah, probably Bajoran.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
So if we're on the edge of Federation space, in a way, it kind of reminds me of Deep Space Nine, the way that they have the space station set up. That's kind of the vibe that I think they're going for here.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20.
Oh, congratulations, dude.
Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the Academy.
Okay, this is gonna be
So,
another encouragement run, so
There's that.
going with choice number
Really?
2.
That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good if we can take pride in things that we do and be open about them. Like, I like this guy so far. I feel like he's gonna be important to the story.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds.
Hope nothing bad happens to him. I do appreciate the movie uniforms. Yeah, the movie uniforms, I think, in this one, they look pretty
Welcome,
good.
Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're ChxrryVT? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came
It is
off
kind
the
of
shuttle and
embarrassing.
was glad to be on solid ground,
But
so to
he
speak.
seems genuine, though.
The pleasure is mine, Ensign.
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
Yeah, it's okay, dude. We all have little faux pas like that. That's not even a big deal at all. I think the first officer was just glad to meet you.
Good day, Commander.
Maybe I'm too harsh, but the animations seem a bit stiff. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. It's not the... I do have it on low setting. Not that that really affects the animations, but I am playing it on low settings.
I remember my briefing.
But
Commander Ermot is a Bolian.
First, a Bolian,
so
okay.
I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Yeah, I mean, I guess graphically, like even on higher settings, it's not the most impressive game. Which makes me think, I wonder if maybe... maybe one could argue that like they're staying true to the like extra like classic Trek, like the original series, and having like cheesy special effects. Maybe this game having cheesy graphics is like a nod to that. Or maybe that's just cope.
Starbase 128.
But that's at least what I would say if I were the
docks.
developers and I were being pushed on this point. And here, okay, I've got some food.
I'll replicate myself a meal once
Okay.
I'm on board.
That food actually doesn't look too bad. Like, I'd eat that. Now, this guy, I wish we could talk to him, because he looks kind of lonely, just here by himself. I think if this were the kind of game that let you have like even more choices around here, and one of them were to talk to him, like I would talk to this guy. Which is not to say that I would do it in real life. I mean, I'd like to think I would do it in real life. To be honest, I'm just not sure if I would have the courage in that moment. I think it does take a certain courage to just, you know, introduce yourself to someone, even if they're someone who looks like maybe they're feeling lonely or is in need. It could be tough sometimes. But I do know in moments of my past when I have, you know, had the courage to reach out to someone like that, I have rarely, if ever, regretted it. Oh, Teradito, hello. Hey, hola. Things seem to be working this time. That's good. I'm glad that things are working. Yeah, it was a really strange audio glitch last time, but looks like got it all sorted out.
Excuse me. Have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
And of course, the Bolians are
there
the
he
ones
is.
with the blue
Thank
skin,
you.
so...
Happy to help, Commander.
Yeah, this guy's kind of hard to miss. Yep, there he is.
Excuse me.
This is going to be maybe like my boss, or at least someone who I'm going to be working with.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermot, Operations Officer on the Resolute.
Oh, okay, Operations Officer.
Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now. I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
I think I'll go for the I can
more
take
than
it.
a little turbulence to rattle me.
I'm sure that's the case. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice.
What happened to the
From everything I've
last
read
one?
and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
I'm kind of curious, what has he heard about me?
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework.
Like I said, we're very lucky.
So this person I'm playing as is very accomplished, apparently. Gives me kind of a sense of pressure to live up to her
The
accomplishments.
USS Resolute. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half venting plasma fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
Equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no
Took
one's
too
to
much
blame.
colloidal silver.
It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its
Don't worry, I
limits.
won't tell him you said that.
It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew.
Oh, so that's what happened to the previous first officer.
At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
I'll tell him I'm sorry for his
I
loss.
can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
And this one's kind of tough between 1 and 3. I'll say, how's the crew now?
It's been 6 months. What's the attitude among the crew now?
Unsettled. But I hope that a new mission will help them move forward. If not, move on.
It came off a little harsher than I intended. Maybe I
Listen.
should have gone with number 1.
I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time, and I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first.
Well, let's see,
Until
I
they
can
come to
trust
value
thanks
your
for the heads up.
contributions as much as he does.
Yeah, I'll just thank him for the heads up. That's
Thank
useful
you.
to know.
Always good to have a sense for what you're walking into.
I just thought you ought to know.
I appreciate it.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the RyotaRyu region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Yeah, I like how they give like a grand appearance to the ship. I think that's very in line with classic Trek. So I think they seem to have a good understanding of like what made the show special, and it makes me actually think of the first Star Trek movie, Star Trek: The Motion Picture, and just how long the movie spent kind of showing the Starship Enterprise, and like it was a big opening full of lots of grandeur. And I think that they're doing something similar in this game, like when they had that panning shot and it was just kind of looking at the ship, in this case the USS Resolute. Very similar vibe. So, okay, let's see the impact of my choices so far. Commander Ermot, made a good first impression with him. Inquisitive and appreciative while showing empathy for what the crew of the Resolute suffered. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I want to try to have good relationships with the people that I'm working with. And so far, they both seem like good people. Ensign Calloway was grateful for Jar's helpful guidance when he was nervous on the shuttle flight. So these are, I guess, the two people I play as, Jara, and then there's Carter. And it looks like I'm about to start playing as Carter. So we'll see more about what he's like. So Stomo, I've always wanted a story where a human officer gets put on a fully Vulcan ship and has to deal with the insanity of their culture. Yeah, that would be an interesting one. Especially for certain humans. Like those who maybe are a little more willing, I guess, to indulge their emotional side. Like maybe like Commander Riker from the Next Generation. I think he'd be kind of funny to see in that situation. There actually was an episode of Next Generation, I believe it was called A Matter of Honor, where Riker goes to a Klingon ship and like has to serve there for a while. So that would be kind of, I guess, a similar premise in a way, if it were to be someone like Riker. Or maybe like Counselor Troy on the Vulcan ship would be interesting, since she's really good at like sensing emotions and is a Betazoid, but the Vulcans, don't really have emotions, at least, not in normal circumstances. So yeah, that could be cool too. I do think there's a lot of potential in that. Neelix on a Vulcan ship would probably get ejected into space. I mean, I think Neelix on like any ship, there would be a high risk of getting ejected into space. But that is a fair observation. Yeah, the Vulcans, not clear how much they would put up with that. Even less so for the Klingons. Like if Neelix were to go on a Klingon ship, not clear how long he would last. But it does make me wish that we got to see these as like alternative plots for some of the Trek episodes. Like that would have been very funny. So now we have, okay, the other crew member I'm playing as is this guy. Yeah, he really did get lucky with Voyager not having a choice.
I got just the thing.
Like if they had more of a, if they were in like Federation space, I'm thinking probably, drop him off at the nearest starbase. Sounds like a pretty safe call. Okay, I gotta vaporize the carbonite. So this guy is maybe some kind of engineer or mechanic. So I guess the two crew members that I'm playing as are going to have pretty different roles. Different things that they do, it looks like. Okay, well that was pretty easy. I'm not exactly sure what I'm changing out, but I suppose it's something important. It looks like that old one could really, really needs changing. So
That
forward.
is that.
Okay, nicely done, dude. Also got lucky with Voyager being written before Battlestar Galactica. I don't doubt that that's true. It's a little hard for me to say a great deal about it. I actually have not seen Battlestar Galactica, but I have heard it
I
recommended.
thought the thing was totally fried.
So it makes me want to watch it. Or at least, you know,
Nice
try it out
work,
to see
Carter.
how it is.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Okay, so these are my coworkers. All these seem like pretty nice people. And yeah, I know, I thought that was cool too when a trill showed up in this game. I'm glad we have a trill in it. Tell you what, it's getting kind of dark. I'm just gonna pause a second and turn on the light. Okay, there we go. Now I'm back.
Come on!
Okay, yeah, sorry to keep you waiting, crewman. But yeah, like these corridors, it really makes me feel like I'm on a starship.
Good to see her fully operational again. And if she breaks, we'll just fix her.
And not many Trill are selected for the bonding, for the pairing they have with the symbiote. Apparently it's a very intense process. So if this
I
Trill
heard
has
the
gone
new
through
Exo
that, then
just arrived.
probably
Be long before we get underway.
she must be very
I just hope whatever
competent as well,
Chovak
I
called us
imagine.
down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degausing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
Yeah, we can handle anything.
You and
I
me
think.
working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious.
That's right, you know, have confidence is the key sometimes.
Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think
Hey,
you would be
Vulcan.
late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edzelar on repeated occasions.
So it's not clear to me why he's getting on our case if we technically weren't late. Maybe I'll go with number 2, though I'll probably regret it.
Well, Commander Chovak, isn't it true that if we were almost late, it categorically means that we were not late?
That is correct, Mr. Diaz.
I mean, if anything, Ed Solar and I are following the schedule to the letter.
Yes, perhaps I should adjust the schedule accordingly.
Okay, that was actually pretty open-minded
So I
of him.
don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Although I just saw
Equip
that
yourselves in EV
mark
suits
in the
to
top
work on the
left
exterior
corner.
of the hull.
Maybe that
I
means
need you
I
to tune the
disappointed him
structural
somehow.
integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected
I'll
by
go
the
with
wide band of emissive activity.
We'll be ready, yeah.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job. Right now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the RyotaRyu system.
Yeah,
You
this
have
guy
your
is a
orders.
secret Romulan.
Do not delay.
Yes, Commander
Roger that.
Chovak.
I feel like that would be a classic sort of
All
plot
hands
point,
on deck.
like making this guy a secret Romulan.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said.
There is a high risk of
You
that.
know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out, and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
It's on us now.
It all comes down to us, Nilly. We're the ones who will get it ready.
I know what we can do. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, whoa.
Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think we just got to give him a
They
chance.
seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, so far I
Hold
like this
on.
crew. Even the guy who's maybe a secret Romulan.
Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
I don't know if he
You
is a
weren't gonna
secret
leave without
Romulan,
me, were
but if
you?
he is, you know, we'll work with it.
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying
Maybe he'll
on the
defect to our
Adirondack.
side.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
So I
He's
guess
a
this
better
is an old
diplomat
friend.
than I am.
It looks like.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Okay, I think I'm starting to see how this game works. When it has like a green square around someone's face that appears, that means you made a good impression on them. And I guess the red square means that you've made a bad impression on them. So far, the only person I've made a bad impression on is the Vulcan, apparently. Like, or yeah, Lieutenant Commander Chovak found Carter to be cheeky and cavalier when units were almost late in main engineering. Yeah, I mean, cheeky and cavalier, I guess that's fair, but it was a fair point. Like, they technically were not late. Petty Officer Maris felt encouraged. Well, I hope that there might be some chemistry between them. Oh, okay, I guess maybe there's like a romance option here in this game. I was not anticipating that, but you never know sometimes. Yeah, wonder if we can romance the Vulcan. Maybe that's like playing the game on like Ultra Nightmare difficulty, is if you have to romance Lieutenant Commander Chovak, like after getting off to a difficult start. But if it is possible, I will see if we can do it, chat. I think I'm up to it. I'm up to the challenge. There's a weird mix of 90s and 2020s haircuts. Yeah, that's fair observation that some of the haircuts, yeah, it does seem like a strange mix of 90s and 2020s. But there's also, I think, something authentically Trek in that, of just having that mix of haircuts and fashions. Romancing a Vulcan sounds like torture. Maybe. It might depend on the Vulcan. Like, if it were someone like Spock, then like I'd like to say, like, yeah, sign me up. But I don't know. Chovak seems like a harder nut to crack. So we'll have to see how we can do with him.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go.
So I guess we're gonna see if we can repair part of this ship now, doing a spacewalk. So that's kind of cool. They have us doing
See
something
you
like
on the other
this
side.
relatively early in the game.
Activating magnetic souls.
Can we date a member of species 8472? Sure, why not? I'm not sure I know which species that is exactly. Maybe I just haven't seen the relevant episode, but I'm generally pretty open-minded when it comes to romancing whomever, regardless of species.
Have you never
Vulcan,
been
Romulan,
Let's
Ferengi,
go.
Borg. It's all good. Just follow your heart, is what I say. Wow, very grand. Yeah, I think this is something that's important to Star Trek and that can sometimes be missed, is just the sense of grandeur of space and space exploration.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
And I like that they focus on that in this game, or they sort of make space for that. Like, it's not just all action. It's the non-human species the Borg couldn't assimilate in Voyager. Okay. I guess I haven't gotten to that part yet, but looking forward to seeing it.
But my understanding is you need a steady supply of Duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of Duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home.
Okay, so I guess she's not
And help
Bajoran.
yourself
She's...
to whatever you like from the replicator.
I forget which word he used, but it sounds like she's that species that needs that special supply that he just mentioned. The one that they have in sickbay. At least if I understand correctly. Oh, Hannibal Ludus, welcome. Nice game choice, thank you. Yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. It's a cool game. Yeah, play as these two characters, get to see their relationships, and so on. So now I'm back as the first officer on board. Zachary Solano. Okay, that's going to be the captain.
Around. Don't even know where mine is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the captain and seeing what he's like. You're talking Star Trek lore up in here? Oh yes, you know it. I think we've got some big Star Trek fans here. Oh, we've got the replicator
Just
there.
a sip of something.
Tea, Earl Grey hot. I mean, yeah, number 2, is that even... Like, why is this even a choice?
Decisions.
I
Tea.
think I'm gonna get a Ractigino? Come on. If it's good enough for Captain Picard, it is good enough for me.
That's lovely.
ChxrryVT.
Okay, here he is.
Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be
He
happier
seems like a nice
to have
captain.
you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare.
I mean, really, like, everyone I've met is nice so far, except maybe the Vulcan, but,
the refit.
you know, he's just doing normal Vulcan stuff. I think this is
That
more
would
than
be
enough.
Totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
Yeah, I know a few of the details, not many, I guess, but I would be curious to hear what he has to say about it.
You'll have to forgive me. I don't really know the details.
Starfleet has been kind enough to keep the story contained, probably because they want to protect me. But I don't mind telling you. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career? Right there. Within our grasp.
They flew too close to the sun.
Went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
I mean, it can be tough to
You're being too hard
have to
on
make a
yourself.
decision like that.
It wasn't your fault.
It's not a question of blame. it's about responsibility. No matter
Having to
what the
decide
circumstances.
who lives and who dies.
In my defense, I will say I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
This is your ship, and you are the captain. So as far as I'm concerned, whatever you say, goes.
That's the kind of support I'm looking for. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
Like maybe a talent
I
show?
understand.
Or I guess that's more morale.
Positive note. Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission.
Never
of the
mind. I'll
highest
think of some better
priority.
ideas in a moment.
Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified.
Yeah, I'm up for keeping some peace.
This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hotari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater.
I'd be curious to know more about the
Will
diplomat.
brief us on the details at the rendezvous.
Who is the senior diplomat we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure.
This is kind of sweet. Like he's taking me under his
When
wing.
that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work,
Hannibal
you have
says
my
I have to get
promise.
back to
I'll
work,
do
but I hope you have
everything in my
fun.
power
Stay
to
good.
see
Oh,
that
thank
it
you,
happens.
Hannibal, for coming by.
Thank you.
Best of luck
Come.
with your work.
Let me introduce you to the crew.
Okay, so it looks like I made a good impression on the captain. So that's good. Tom Selleck copy. Shipwide Stellaris match. Yeah, live long and prosper. Yeah, you as well. It's a little hard to, I guess, have like running commentary with this game because there's a lot of dialogue in it, but I do enjoy, yeah, like sharing my thoughts on it. And here we see the bridge. Okay, yeah, cool looking bridge.
Everyone,
I get the
If I
feeling
could
we're
have
going to be
your attention
spending
for
a
a
lot of
moment.
time here.
I'd like to introduce Commander ChxrryVT, our new first officer.
They don't seem too
Some
excited.
quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar,
Everyone's
our
just sitting
helmsman,
there.
one of the best in the business.
One of?
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in
Now,
ability.
he's a Bajoran,
Pleasure
it
to
looks
meet you,
like.
Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our Tactical Officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time. And I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
Okay, well, thank you. That's really nice. Yeah, the honor is mine.
If anything, the honor is mine.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad. Because of what you've overcome.
Yeah, that's her species.
Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves. And you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me.
Oh,
Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely
I'm
set
glad,
a standard
glad I
to
inspire
strive
her.
for.
You really do know a thing or two about me. I'm glad I could inspire you, but it's important to chart your own path.
Thanks. You can count on it.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag
You know
their
what this
feet
part
any
kind of
longer, we
feels
won't
like?
make our rendezvous.
Kind of feels like a little surprise party for me in a way.
The bridge is yours.
Like they all gathered here to say hello. So it is pretty sweet of them. Okay, I can sit in the captain's chair when ready. And here we have, okay, looking out into space. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have the option of talking with any of these people, so I guess the next step really is to just go ahead and take command. But yeah, at least now we know her species, so she's Cobalt. Oh wait, no, Cobliad. Cobliad, not Cobalt. I'm thinking of like Warcraft or Diablo or something like that. So I'll have to see if there's more info on in the Trek universe about the Cobliad species and what they are. I think very true to Star Trek fashion. They're a species who is not human, but looks human, but just like with a slight bit of makeup added. Which is another thing I love about Star Trek. Most of the aliens look just like humans. Or almost just like humans. So let's go ahead and take command. Yeah, we'll see what this ship can do.
Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm.
Okay, so now
We just need your
I'm going to play as the other
Permission
people.
granted.
Lowering structural integrity field now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
So yeah, I guess this is when I'll play as the people fixing the outside of the ship, it looks like.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
Hey, cool spacesuits. They're kind of stylish. For a spacesuit, anyway.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
I think maybe we are more than that.
I am more than that. And so are you. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere. See new worlds. Look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Okay, I'm sensing some more button prompts. Yep, here we go. So far this doesn't look too bad. I feel like this is going to be pretty manageable. I would be surprised if there were like a crisis for this part. But you never know in Star Trek.
Beginning recalibration.
Things can happen. So we'll see. Okay, align the SIF. Turn nodes to center the circular indicators.
Careful. Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment.
Yeah, I'm really not sure exactly what it wants me to do.
Light touch, Carter.
Okay. I guess, oh, maybe I have to kind of follow that symbol. Okay, so yeah, I tune this node. Huh, it's yeah, nothing seems to be happening now. It's not exactly clear what it wants me to do. Oh wait, I think, oh, I do it like this. And then, and then like this, except I don't know why it went over to that way. Maybe I go like here, and then, okay, so not there. Maybe up here. I'm sorry, chat. I think I might be struggling a little bit with this one. So, move tool and tune node. Okay, so then I bring that one up there. Bring that one down here. I mean, I guess down here is maybe the starting point. And we're trying to like get it to go around in a circle. So maybe if I get it, well, oh, then it goes back there. Okay, so I'm gonna start back at the, well, now I can't get it to go back there. Make sure and get comfortable, chat. We might be here for a while. Okay, that time I made some progress. Or maybe I'm supposed to like keep it in the middle? Okay, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
That was surprisingly a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But luckily, looks like it's in the past now.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
I think I misunderstood what we were supposed to do.
My name
with
and
it.
my rank. Impressive. Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm impressed by that. You know, it takes a lot to know a ship.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
That sounded a little sarcastic.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case,
half Kobliad,
is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example,
this guy's
we
being
found
kind of
ourselves
hostile
in
to
a
us.
hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then?
I'm gonna try to be diplomatic, though. So she gets infusions from her ring.
You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario.
Let's see.
But not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned. Just curious, that's all. Listen,
I mean, Starfleet does
can I be
have.
blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to
species
stop
who
now.
have, you know, special needs, like
your predecessor, was one of the
Benzites
best
have
first
that,
officers in all of
a certain
Starfleet.
breathing device. You know,
His
that helps
record
them
was
breathe.
impeccable, and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew, and he was one of my closest friends.
This one, yeah,
So
try
I can
getting
only
to know
hope
me
that you'll
is.
live up to expectations.
None of these responses I particularly like.
Hey, we
but
just met. You might like me after you get to know me.
Yeah.
They say familiarity breeds contempt, but who knows? Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase,
Yeah, this
let me
guy's
give
hard
you
to
an
win
update
over.
on this
I think
ion
I'll
storm we're flying into.
take neutral.
It's unusual.
That's the best I
Unlike
think we
anything
can
I've
do
ever
with this
seen.
guy.
At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
Okay, so something is going on. Yeah, with that guy, I feel like he's personally difficult to work with, but he probably does know a lot of useful stuff.
Inbound. On screen.
So I'm sure he'll end up helping us at some point.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wide-band burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami.
Yeah, all hands brace for impact.
I'm reading power abnormalities.
Red alert!
Aye.
Space racism. I mean, yeah, that's basically what it is.
Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
Yeah, that sounds like a solid idea.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
Up.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to
I'm gonna
our
go with
shields.
deflector pulse. I might regret it.
Commander Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already working on it.
But I feel like the game is setting us up not to like this guy and then do like a bait and switch, which makes me think that his solution is probably the best. But we'll see. Oh.
Now.
Oh, I think I might have done it a little bit early.
No, that was too early.
Sorry, I wasn't paying close enough attention. Issue the command when the indicator is green. Okay. Retry in story mode. Retry.
Commander Westbrook.
Okay, I'm gonna retry that one. That first time was just practice, chat.
Optimal timing displayed. It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command.
Okay. So here we go.
Now.
We got it.
This is it.
All hands, brace for impact.
This does make me kind of curious to see what would happen with the other option, though. Maybe the other option would have been better.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
It can blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Okay, recalibrate the plasma regulator. We can do that.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Okay. So just gotta push the blocks. Alright. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Ooh, I think I'm sensing a puzzle. So if I move that over here. Although maybe not much of a puzzle, because it looks like it tells me kind of what to do.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily
Maybe
disabled.
the hard puzzles come a little bit later.
Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Just want to do a phaser. Okay. Alright, looks like I got it.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
Okay, yeah, just gotta make sure these things don't get in our way. Oh, I gotta be careful. I don't want to hit my crewman.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Okay, that one snuck up on me.
Took most of it. Just snuck up on me.
That damaged the suit. Energy dampening is down to 60%.
Okay, yeah, we gotta be watching all around us for this. I was not sufficiently paying attention to my surroundings before. Okay. Yeah, doing better now, I think. I don't anticipate any further surprises.
We're at the regulator point. Opening the access panel.
And now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
So if this is like the last one, it should be pretty easy. I'm just going to get that over here. Just a matter of rerouting some circuits. Yeah, this ship, I think, has nothing to fear.
EPS manifold
with these
adjusters
guys
reset
in
to
charge.
neutral.
Okay, grab control. Okay. I guess I just have to kind of line these up.
The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance.
Okay, that was easier than I
Almost
thought.
done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chobot can...
That does not look good. The docking clamp, I think, cut into our ship, it looks like.
Get down! DS to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. Hull vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working?
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
So, I think he should know our crew's out there.
And are looking for
We
the
have
safest
people
way
on this station. If that mooring arm breaks, we could lose dozens of crew.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
Ooh.
I'm giving you an order.
Okay. This is hard. It's not that
Chara?
simple, trust me. Maybe I'll go with 3, trust me.
Captain, you brought me here because you trusted me. Can you trust me now?
You better be sure you make the right decision.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
Yeah, I think if I reverse the polarity, like that's probably...
There is protocol.
And there are lives.
What is the holdup?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna reverse polarity.
Stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, the captain said he trusted me, right? So... I thought that meant he would, like, trust me to like, whatever decision I write down.
We are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark!
why it just did that to him, but not her. Or maybe I missed an input.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Oh man, it looks like the thing is stuck somehow. Okay. He's making progress though. Come on, dude, you got this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, together, like, surely we can do it. Okay. Surely then we've saved the ship. Like, now there are no more threats, right? At least I hope not. Or maybe I spoke too soon. Oh no. Okay, she might be unconscious now. Yeah.
Petty Officer Etzelar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Etzelar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Go in there now.
Okay, this is pretty exciting. Like, it makes it feel like I'm actually in an episode. So, okay, no, that's fast.
Hatch.
Okay, she's awake now. Looking good.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time. No time to fight me on this.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go
Get in there.
go for what she says, because yeah, we don't have time to debate it. Will there be commercial breaks? Maybe like bathroom breaks, yeah. Oh. Okay, got her. Oh man, I hope she didn't die. Because I liked her character. So I went to the hatch last and was injured. Get the feeling I'm gonna have a tough talk with the captain coming up.
We're in.
But we'll try to explain ourselves to him and, you know, see how we did.
They're safe, bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
It looks like nobody died, at least. So we have that to be proud of.
Carter!
I'm okay. But Etzelar...
Yeah,
Here,
I think
let
she
me help
needs to
you.
go to, like, sick bay. Wonder if we're gonna get to know a doctor in this game. Okay, so... Ooh, yeah, that's not looking too good.
Medical. We've got one wounded at my location. Millie.
Oh, man.
They could just
We'll see
beam
you
her
at sick
to
bay.
sick bay. If she's a Trill, her host might die, but she'll live. Good point, yeah. That could be... Because that has happened to Trills before.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
So everything worked out okay. I feel like the captain might still be a little mad at us. We shall see. But maybe also proud of us. At least I hope proud of us.
You disobeyed my orders. Well?
I mean, it was the right decision, though. Let's see. I shouldn't have done that.
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the information I had.
You disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well. That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
Well, he didn't have the facts, so maybe it won't affect his credibility as much if everybody knows that.
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order. But you were wrong.
Oh, I didn't mean to put it that way.
You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information.
She put it harsher than I would have put it if it were me.
If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew. Trust me.
Okay, that's...
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt.
I didn't mean to put it like
Not
that,
everyone.
Captain.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are. And, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes.
That's good of him to admit that.
So, let's just boil it down to you did what you had to. That'll have to be good enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, thank him for understanding.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday. Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for RyotaRyu.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Overall, like, that meeting wasn't too bad. That actually went, I feel like, pretty well, you know, given the stakes around it. Jadzia is... Oh, Dax was born in 2018, by the way. Oh, cool. I didn't know that was part of the lore, but I guess it makes sense since she's, you know, hundreds of years old and the ship takes place hundreds of years in the future. So, that's, yeah, interesting note about her being born in 2018.
All departments reporting full mission readiness. We've got our full complement on board.
It looks like the crew likes me now.
This is my favorite moment.
Because I've managed to save everybody.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Smoother meeting than any I've ever had.
Sit.
It's not easy
Sit,
meeting
everyone.
with like a boss is, you know, not happy with you, but
You all know, I'm not
yeah,
big
they
on
did it pretty well
speeches.
in this game.
We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Yeah, I'm feeling like soon we're gonna get like the opening credit sequence and like the name of the game's gonna pop up once they go into warp. Like it's setting it up for that kind of moment, and I am here for it if they decide to do it that way. Oh yeah, I got the orchestral music.
That should do it. Set a course for the RyotaRyu system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Aye, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Oh, that's nice of him. Give me the honors. I'm gonna do engage, yep.
Engage.
Yeah, luckily, like, the ship still seems to be doing pretty well. Okay, oh yeah, take my place at his side.
Whoa. Careful.
Thank you. I'm fine.
Oh, she
Really?
needs one of her infusions.
You don't look fine.
Yeah, she probably needs to go to sick bay. That's what I'm thinking.
I have to get to sick bay.
Go.
Commander.
Yeah, she's really not looking too good. Yeah, it does seem like a really difficult part of being this species that she is. I guess if they don't get that medicine they need, they just aren't able to function.
Well, that was quite a scare.
But
a few minutes more.
luckily she looks all right now.
The shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on her, but she'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your duridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest,
So
I've
this
never
is
met
the
a
doctor,
Kobyog
okay.
before. You're...
Rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the duridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet, and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
It can be difficult. Yeah, I think I'll acknowledge, you know, it can be difficult.
I don't like the attention it brings. Being treated differently than everyone else.
Now she's like
But you
implicating
are
her.
different. That's not something you can change.
Sometimes these responses end up
True.
coming out a little differently than I think
But
they're going
sometimes
to.
it makes it even more difficult than it already is.
And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My
There's
professional
tension
opinion is
here
that
between the
accident
doctor and the
took a toll.
captain, it's looking like.
More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at
Surprised she's just so casually talking about this with the
What
first
concerns
officer.
me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation.
I mean, I like to
Something
think maybe
he
the
put his
captain's
name
learned his
on.
lesson. I'm feeling pretty good about
But the more the time passes and the further out of reach
him
it gets,
having learned from this.
the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I think after what happened, Captain Solano's learned his lesson. And whatever ambition he once had is on hold for a while.
He may say that, but we'll see what happens. And I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge. It took guts to defy a direct order.
It's good the doctor's on my side.
Huh. I guess
Honestly,
word
what kind of
travels fast
species
around
evolves
here.
to require an IV
It's a
infusion?
small ship.
Fair question.
And everyone's curious about
I'm guessing
you,
maybe
so
the duridium is just like really
fortunately, your cell
abundant on their home
structure's almost
planet,
completely stabilized.
but maybe like not
And I'll
elsewhere.
spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's
So
my
yeah, it does seem a little
responsibility to
strange.
remind you, without regular infusions of duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Does the ship have an emergency medical hologram?
Understood.
Not to my knowledge,
My work here is done.
but that would be great if the EMH from Voyager had a cameo here. Like, as far as I know, none of these people in sickbay are holograms.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be lurking outside of sickbay. I didn't want to intrude, so it felt more appropriate to wait out here. We were all worried about you. Or I should say I was. I wasn't sure what was happening at first. But then I realized it was your condition.
Okay, I get the feeling this guy now actually is being genuine. Like, so, let's see, between 1 and 2, I'm totally fine. No one needs to worry. Maybe I'll just say number 2.
I don't want anyone to worry about me. I'm gonna be just fine. This is part of who I am, but I've never let it define me.
I get that now. And I promise I'll try not to let being such a jerk define me either. You trusted my intuition earlier, with the deflector pulse. I felt I should thank you for that.
Well, thank you for coming. Even though you didn't have to.
I wanted to.
Yeah, I love it when there's like a good redemption arc, or when characters make up after a conflict. So I'm glad that this guy and I now are on better terms.
Complete the
than we
diagnostic
were before.
sequence, and this shuttle will be cleared for service.
Yes, sir.
The storm in the RyotaRyu region will interfere with our transporters, so we need all available shuttlecraft in working order.
Okay, yeah, gonna see if I can get the shuttlecraft working here.
Excuse me, Commander Chovak.
Petty Officer Maris, I will leave you to your work.
I think Chovak, to me, is still like the most mysterious member of the crew. There's something going on with him.
I stopped by sickbay and saw Nilly. I figured you'd want to know.
Yeah, let's say, is she mad? Okay, yeah. 'Cause I already know how her injuries are.
Is she mad at me for going in the hatch first?
She had some choice words.
I mean, she told him to go down the hatch first.
You're gonna have to make things right with her yourself.
Why would she be mad at him for
Dr.
following
Duvall
what she
She'll
said?
be back on duty soon, though.
This is... If
Come
she
on.
actually is mad
I
at
have to
me
run the
for
final diagnostic.
going down the hatch first when she told me to, then... I'm sorry, but I think that is on her. I don't think that is on me.
I've got a long to-do list before we get to RyotaRyu, and things are piling on faster than I can check them off. We're making all our last-minute checks in security, too.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll be ready in
Tactical and
time.
security are short-staffed.
Well, nothing's ever 100%, but we'll be good to go.
And if you wait until you are ready, it's probably too late. Which is why I didn't want to wait for just the right time.
Oh, is she gonna, like, confess her
I
love?
had a chance to think about this while I was away.
This
Then
is
you
kind of
and
adorable.
Miles got killed out on the hull. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it.
Did I do something wrong? Yeah, I have to go 3. Yeah, you like me. That's obvious.
It's just
what
a
she wants
guess,
to
but
think.
you like me. Is that what this is?
How'd you know? Must have been pretty obvious. Which is funny because kind of came out of nowhere for me at first.
Let's see, between 1 and 2, I was hoping. I'm a very good guesser. I'll just say I was hoping, you know? Maybe we'll just go with romance.
Well,
Why not?
You know, I was hoping.
He's got the Riz, as they
I
say.
guess that makes this a little easier to say.
Oh, hello,
We've been
Karis.
really good
Hello, hope the
friends
game
for a
isn't
long
weirdly
time.
buggy today. Thank you. Yeah, so far,
I wanna
apparently
see
it's
if
doing
there's more
better.
between us than just being friends.
Yeah, I also just say, you know, I feel like this seems like a nice person here, so yeah, like I'd be willing to, you know, go on a date with this person and like we could go to 10-4 and
You don't have to explain it.
like, have a rock to Gino.
I feel the same way. There is something between us.
So, do you want to find out what that something is?
Carter's look reminds
it's
me
there
of like a
for you,
scummy Instagram influencer.
And it's there for me.
I won't risk our friendship.
Why not
Who's
give
gonna
it a
say
try?
that? Let's see where it takes us. Yeah, I'll just go. Absolutely. Yeah, why not?
Are you kidding me? I just said yes.
I wanted to be sure I heard that right.
These are uncharted territories.
Yeah, the scummy Instagram
I'd
influencer.
call
That's
it a chemistry experiment.
I don't know
you
what
know,
to say of that. Let's see.
With us.
Oh yeah, do we tell Edsilar? I mean, he wasn't like he didn't have feelings for Edsilar, did he? I don't think.
I'm just really glad that you said
Or
something.
even if he did, like maybe he
I've
could
seen
just
how
be
you operate.
non-monogamous.
I
But
couldn't wait for you to make the first move. I'm glad to.
like if Edsilar likes
So
him and
whatever
she's
happens next is
not
great with
into
me.
him dating others, then I guess maybe that
Level
could cause
1
some tension.
diagnostic complete.
I have to get back to that to-do list. They're probably looking for me.
Can't blame him.
But yeah, like if Edsilar likes him too, then I think what
I'll
I
be
would say
seeing
if I
you.
were him is just like, look, you know, maybe you can both like me, and maybe that's okay. You know, maybe it doesn't have to be like such a strict choice of one or the other. But we'll just have to see if she goes for that.
Approaching
know
the
if-
rendezvous point outside of
If
Tari
that's the way
space.
the Trill
Helm,
do things.
bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Okay, I guess this
Commander
is where I meet
Rydick,
the diplomat.
Find us our diplomat,
Yep,
if you will.
that's right. It's
Aye,
going to
Captain.
try to establish
Let's
peace.
reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
I am actually really curious to see like what species the diplomat is going to be, or if it's
I've
like
located the
someone we're
shuttle.
going to get
Opening
to play
comms.
as.
On screen.
Ooh, the
Shuttle to Resolute.
It's a drift.
Shuttle
Okay,
to
that's the
Resolute.
diplomat, I guess.
Debris field. Lost maneuvering. Losing.
I can't get it any clearer.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to go save them.
It's
It
just
looks
not
like.
happening.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Oh, this guy. Hey, I almost forgot about him.
Diaz, you good to run the
I
tractor
guess
emitter?
maybe he's the one who runs the tractor.
Yes,
beam?
sir.
Come on, Diaz. First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Sometimes this game doesn't really like tell you exactly what it wants you to do. You just kind of have to feel it out. So usually it's at least somewhat
We're pulling in
intuitive.
debris.
I'm on it.
Use the tractor beam to deflect the asteroids. Okay. So gotta deflect that one. And now deflect this one. Oh yeah, and I gotta make sure I deflect this one. Okay, I think we're in the clear now. At least I hope so. Dense asteroid fields always irk me in science fiction. They're never actually that close in
That's
reality.
gonna take out the shuttle. Diaz, the bridge.
Yeah, I didn't think
There's
about
a
that
large
before,
piece of
but I
debris
guess
headed
yeah,
for
with
the
how
shuttle.
huge
the
space
tractor beam
is,
can't handle it.
Can our
sometimes
shields
we
take it?
forget.
I
We
believe
think of
so.
things as being a lot closer in space together than they
Commander
actually
Rydick, plot an intercept course.
On it.
are. Shield grab from the asteroid. Oh, plot intercept course. Okay. Okay, I think I got it.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17, 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
You know, I wonder if it's possible to fail to save the diplomat,
Whoa.
such that
Someone's
like
working
the
hard
rest
on the
of the
bridge.
story of the game changes, and the diplomat's just not there. I don't think it's like that, but if it were like that, like if it's like Detroit Become Human, where you don't really ever get a game over, the game just continues. That would be pretty interesting if they sort of did it this way in this game. But I know it requires a lot of extra programming for them to make the game that way rather than just having you retry.
We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Okay, so we saved the diplomat, who we might have seen earlier, or maybe that was just the pilot.
Terra firma, so
No
to
way.
speak.
Is this...
Ambassador Spock.
Oh, it's Spock. Wow, okay. I did not know Spock was going to be in this game, but... Wow, now I really want that Vulcan romance option.
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
He carries so much authority in his voice. There's nothing you can say in response to him. You just have to kind of stand there and take it. Yeah, I'll welcome him aboard. You know, Spock is always welcome.
Well, let me be the first to say, welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer...
Carter? Carter Diaz. Sir.
I am
He
pleased
needs
to
more
meet
confidence
you,
in his
Petty
voice.
Officer Carter Diaz. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon, if I may say so.
Oh, that's good. Making a good first impression. I mean, I did have help, to be fair.
Well, it wasn't all me. I got some help from upstairs.
A bombastic approach to clearing debris. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
Yeah, that Vulcan aura
There was an element that
really
was
is
most
distinct. There's nothing
unusual.
quite like it.
Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies.
I wonder if there's an intelligence behind the
What do you make
storm.
of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Yeah, I think this one I can't speculate, though I do wonder, like, if maybe there's something deeper behind this
I'd
than
rather
just a storm.
investigate than speculate.
A sound principle.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
I always try to be
Ambassador Spock.
logical in the presence of Vulcans.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Okay, I'm curious for the first officer person, Commander Rydek, to meet Spock. I feel like she and he could have some good dialogue together. Provocation to war. So yeah, here I guess is where we get our briefing on the diplomatic situation.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet.
Yeah, I do want to hear more about these warring
Hmm.
species
You
and
flatter me, Captain
what we can
Solano.
do to sort of help them out.
Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador.
The future.
Not the most.
But you are a legend.
diplomatic
Yeah, I
choice of
mean,
words.
we need your experience. Let's hope. Spock's probably not going to like me for this one, but I just want to say it.
You are a legend, Ambassador. There's not an officer in Starfleet that doesn't know of your career.
I would never assume that to be the case.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details. We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Elydia and Hotari. The Elydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Elydians have shared a mining operation there. The Elydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Elydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Yeah, I wonder like why the Hotari would do that.
How is it the Hotari were able to turn the tables and take the mines against superior forces, especially after decades in this arrangement?
Unclear. The answer to that question may be the key to a new, lasting peace, and one that I hope we can uncover during these negotiations. But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Elydian fleet if this escalates to open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed.
Yeah, it seems like the
which is
Hotari
what we are
are
here
maybe
to
being a
prevent.
little short-sighted by
dilithium trade
standing up
hangs the
against a
balance.
superior species.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone.
Yeah, I
They
guess
both
maybe that
profit
is it.
from the
Maybe they
mines.
feel like they were exploited.
And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
Still be
That
exploited
is
if they don't
correct.
want peace. I mean, I think this, I cautiously agree with Solano.
If we could
don't know if I
convince
really
them,
have
it
an
would
opinion
restore
now,
the
but I'll
peace.
go with that one for right
But
now.
we would need the Hotari to accept a difficult compromise.
Made all the more difficult by the emotions flaring on both sides, no doubt.
Neither the Illidians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illidians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
The Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
So maybe the Hotari might not trust us, then they might think we're on the Illidian side.
That means the Hotari have no reason to trust us.
I wouldn't go that far, Commander.
We are completely neutral in this matter, on neither one side nor the other. Any suggestion otherwise would compromise our position. Given the Federation's involvement in the Illidium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the Ion Storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Illidian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past.
Yeah, some of these...
They have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
It's tough. I don't really have a strong opinion either way on this one. I guess I'll just go with number 2. This buys us some time.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
And when it doesn't?
All the more reason to learn as much about it as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught unprepared, should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate. So
Yeah,
I trust we understand.
I
our
maintain my earlier thought
circumstances.
that I think there's
We're
something
operating
deeper
on a strict
behind this
timetable
storm.
here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Also,
Aye,
where's
Captain.
Chovok?
Thank
Isn't
you
he
all.
part of the senior staff?
Dismissed.
At least I thought that he was. I'm a little surprised not to see him in this
I want
meeting.
to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock,
Special meeting
I'd like
with
to make
Spock.
a formal introduction. My first officer,
It's kind of
Commander
intimidating.
RyotaRyu.
Not gonna lie.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound
what's he
by those
proposing?
restrictions. Commander Ryder could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing
Kinda
information that could lead
Going
to a
incognito,
resolution.
almost.
She certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
would be unconventional, but
I think
I'm
I'm
not
up to
opposed
it. Like going undercover almost, you know? Little secret side mission.
I'm honored to be included in the negotiation process.
You're not just included, you are instrumental.
Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of
Seems
the
like my
negotiations, the
relationship with
interests of
Spock
the
is just
Federation,
like consistently
and
neutral
the prospect for peace
in the game.
may very well depend.
I'm gonna try to turn it positive, but it seems like sometimes he's kind of a hard guy to please. Like if I... Okay, so like now I have all the people here. Like Ambassador Spock, notice Jar's support of Captain Solano and her distinct perspective on the dynamics of the Hotari-Illidian conflict during the mission briefing. Ambassador Spock also noted Jar's humility when presented with her back channel mission. Okay, actually, maybe that is pretty positive. That's probably about as positive as we can get for Spock. Decision in the moment. Okay, yeah, so doing pretty well with Lieutenant Bedrosian, too. Protect the crew and the starbase order her to disengage the docking clamps. Okay. Commander Westbrook felt ashamed of his behavior and was impressed by Jorah's resilience when he saw her outside of sickbay. Yeah, I think all these people, like, so far we seem to have, like, a good crew relationship among, so that's good. See, Commander Urbont respected Jar's rational approach when she defied Captain Sal's orders and refused to put the crew on the hull at risk. Yeah, let's see. And then Lieutenant Commander Chovak did not approve of Jar's unwillingness to follow protocol when she defied Captain Sal's orders to blow the bolts from the docking clamps. Yeah, it seems like, yeah, Commander Chovak is going to be the most difficult nut to crack, probably, on this one. And then, let's see, Carter, Ambassador Spock, yeah, was impressed by Carter's skilled use of the tractor beam to rescue a shuttle, and he was left with a distinct impression Carter is a team player. And then Maris, okay, yeah, this is like my love interest as Carter here. Was thrilled to learn Carter's feelings for her tend toward the romantic. She looks forward to seeing where this relationship might go. I feel like Starfleet could kind of use like its own dating app. You know? Could be called something like Star Hearts. Or just something for like Starfleet members on ship crews to like find each other, you know, and start relationships. Because it's gotta be tough when like you're out there on a starship, you know, and if you just like mention to someone like, hey, I'm interested, and then they don't feel the same way, and then like you're working alongside them out in space. I don't know, but just to me, like it feels like that could get a little awkward maybe. So maybe like if there were some kind of app, you know, that they had, it could smooth things over a bit. Speaking of that, let's check on Edsla here. Despite her words to the contrary, Edslar was still somewhat surprised after Carter put his own safety ahead of her own out on the hull. I mean, he was following what she told him to do, so I think any bad feeling she has about this is purely on her. I'm sorry, I just have no sympathy for that. But yeah, overall, it looks like, yeah, good crew relationships. Captain Slano's, oh yeah, there was Captain Slano. I needed to check in on him. Captain Slano's fury over having his orders defied was compounded by Jar's continued rebellious attitude and stubborn opposition to his leadership, leaving him questioning his choice of first officer. That actually sounds to me a little more negative than the meeting made it come out. Like, especially near the end of the meeting, it seemed like they kind of, you know, arrived at an understanding. But I do know that, yeah, things have not always been smooth going with this guy, so might need to pay attention to making sure I do okay with him as the mission continues. Oh yeah,
Mr.
these
Diaz,
two, a little awkward.
I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to
Do you enjoy anything? I'm gonna just say I want to do it.
The Ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
I'll take notes.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
One nice thing about Vulcans.
I think, yeah, Chovak actually seems to like me now.
The only person who didn't look at this and treat me like I was something to pity. Doc says I should get used to it. Doesn't mean I want to be reminded of it every minute of the day.
I'll just say, yeah, it makes you look tough, maybe. I don't know if she'll like this answer.
You won't get pity from me. I think it makes you look tough. As tough as you really are, that is.
And that makes you sound pretty smart. I might
Okay,
need
she
you to
did
save
like
me
that
from
response.
myself next time, though. Come on. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Okay, seems like they're still friends. Have you played the Voyager
Ready to
FPS
go?
games? No, I have not.
All
Are they pretty
set.
good?
Let's run the diagnostic.
If they are, I might have to give them a try. Oh, this is cool. I can run the diagnostics. Use the little ship computers here.
I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She
How does
sent
she
me a
know about
priority
that
one
already?
dispatch right after your conversation.
Oh, Miranda told her. Okay.
I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms.
Oh, I see.
That just isn't gonna work for me.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
think...
I know you'll respect that.
Well, actually, I'm curious to ask her, like, are you upset?
Are you upset?
Not on your life, Diaz. But you need to be careful.
Okay, so maybe she didn't like
I like
Diaz
my
or
friends,
wasn't
and I
interested
like
in
our
him
group.
romantically.
I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done yet?
Yeah, it's wrapping up.
They're probably
Let's see.
older than me.
Relays
Okay, so
along
some
the
old
primary EPS
Voyager
are blown.
FPS games.
The backup relays are all intact.
Yeah, sometimes I like old
overload from
FPS
the warp
games.
drive
I'd probably
caused
like the
that.
Voyager
But how
ones.
did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something.
A data recorder, here we go. Yep, that is definitely a
Here.
ship flying in space.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
So, okay. Warning, warp cascade failure.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Yeah, this whole thing about like the perfect storm is still making me think
The
that
warp field became inverted
the
suddenly.
storm is just a
I've
little
seen this
too
happen when the center warp coil cracks.
too good or
Cracked
too
warp coil throws a
destructive.
vault code.
Still,
Like I
we
wonder
should
who
take a
could
look.
be behind it. If this were like Next Generation, it would make me think of someone like Q maybe could be behind the storm.
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code. Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now we're gonna see.
So here, they take a
Next
moment to get their
spot,
bearings
what
and they
happened.
attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp
Yeah,
cascade
the
failure.
game is doing a good job
And it's
setting
one
up
of
like a
two
mystery here
things.
because I really don't
Either
know
a
what
warp coil is cracked
could
or
have
the
happened.
navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
So I guess now we have to
Divide
check
and
the warp
conquer.
coil and
You want to check the
navigation
warp
array.
coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this.
I'll
One of
check
these
the
systems
navigation
is
array.
likely broken.
I'll check the navigation array.
A tricorder can record and analyze data. Looking through it revealed the unseen. Okay. So we got a tricorder, that's good. Okay. What are those people doing back there? It's like they're just kind of hanging against the wall. Anyway, that was just kind of amusing me earlier with the cutscene playing. Yeah, I think, let's see, if I take my tricorder out, then, okay, I've got to... Some objects you can activate a deep scan. 2 ways to get scans was to search for glowing objects. The mode indicators on the tricorder blink if there's an object to find that mode. Frame change color, analyze the data and finish the screen. Okay. So that was a pretty fair amount. Okay. Shuttle subspace sensors are vulnerable to vaccine from other tool systems. Filters help attenuate such radiation, keep sensor data clean. The subspace sensor array monitors the gradient transitions between normal space and subspace while the vessel is traveling at warp speeds. No physical damage detected. Okay, maybe I need to scan this part now. Isolinear circuits powering the subspace sensor array are functioning normally. All anomalies scanned. Yeah, it looks like I'm not able to find much over here. Yeah, navigation array seems fine as far as I can tell.
Navigation array checks out, so it must be a coil.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Oh, there's his girlfriend.
Hey.
I'm not here.
We're escorting the negotiating team.
He just doesn't say
as soon
anything.
as they come down from the bridge.
Come on, dude. You gotta up your game here. Gotta up your
I was
risk.
just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting
I think,
ride
yeah,
down
to
the
make up for
surface.
that awkwardness earlier, let's see. Always time for you. I'm going with number 1 right here.
Come on, I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No, but I am glad you came by.
Now that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
So I don't really know what this away team is
You
doing.
don't
I
wanna
guess
miss
they're
your
going to
train.
go, like, lead the diplomacy efforts, maybe?
I do have to go.
Go, like, meet with Otari and the Illidians.
Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
More
I mean,
important things
like,
on my
the only option here is 3, like, come on. Come back safe, I'll be waiting. Kiss her. Yeah, might as well. I mean, can't be too awkward
was
about it.
nice.
Sometimes you just gotta go for it, you know?
It was.
Save some of that for when I get back.
Ooh.
You got a deal.
Am I gonna have to censor some of this game later, chat? I don't know.
Be seeing you.
If I can play all this on YouTube. We'll have to see. But so far, yeah, these two seem to be doing pretty well. Oh, I got an achievement for that. Choose to date Miranda.
Etzelarda Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go.
Oh, actually, I totally forgot about the job I was supposed to be doing, so she's got a point there.
Where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it.
I mean, I guess that's the only thing they can do
Okay,
at
the
this
nav
point
computer
is,
is
like,
patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the
Yeah,
shuttle's
the
nav
ship's
computer is
computer
putting
check it.
out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now. Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton
if
ripples
it was
for
a
days.
sudden anomaly, that makes me think maybe it was
Let's
caused
run with
by
the
someone.
momentary subspace variance theory for now.
Someone who wanted to prevent
Roll
the
forward to the
diplomacy,
shuttle's
maybe.
attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Like, it could be maybe the Illidians don't want the diplomacy to go through, and so maybe they chose to stop it. Since they're a technologically advanced species, maybe they have the technology to do that.
Are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
At least that's my best guess
Computer,
at this point.
Why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Yeah, I get the feeling we're getting close to like a moment of truth here.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
So they probably need to let the bridge know that, I guess, pretty soon. Or the shuttlecraft already left, so I don't know if it's too late for them. But at least they know now back on the Resolute. Ooh, this is a really pretty planet. Love the setting here. The Star Trek font, too, on
Ambassador
the
Spock,
section
Captain
titles is a
Solana.
nice touch.
Welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come.
Little nod to the
My name is
original
Tyler
series.
Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander ChxrryVT, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illidians.
I'm gonna keep it pretty formal here. Like, just we're honored to be here.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation, the reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Yeah, this species looks pretty tough. Oh, and here's the Illidians, I guess. So they're all gonna talk out their differences.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
So it's like the orcs versus like the Protoss, kind of. I guess is the vibe this is trying to set up.
I think we're about to begin.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here, but that guy was something.
I mean, I think, yeah, always keep an open
That
mind.
may be true. But let's keep an open mind going into the negotiations. Hopefully he's just one voice amongst many.
Then let's hope he's the outlier.
The Hotari have invited us as their guests, so we must show them the proper respect.
Yeah, that's a good note too, Spock. Don't want to rock the boat here in this early stage of being invited to their planet. But man, with the dialogue choices coming up, like, I feel like it's gonna be some pretty weighty choices in terms of like whether the diplomacy goes well or not. Hope I can make the right choice. Might need your help, chat, on some of these. If I end up not having any firm intuitions on like what the game is putting forth as the choice that leads to peace. Show deference, show strength. I'm gonna go with deference. Gonna play it safe on this one. Because yeah, I mean, they invited us there, so gotta respect that.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
that the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives
Evaluate
is not
the
only
arguments.
an honor to the Hotari people.
I think, okay, my philosophy training, this is my moment
Let's get
to use
on
my
with it,
philosophy
shall
training in a
we?
game.
With
Evaluate
all
the
due respect
arguments.
to the Federation and their ambassador, they have
My
no
whole life
authority here.
has prepared me
we
for
are
this.
not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Illidian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. But his point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
I'm trying to keep an open mind here, but it's not easy. I thought they wanted us here.
Let's see, we're not liked. I mean, it seems like, yeah, we're not particularly
Was
liked.
there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about Bakobliad?
She's not
She
part
can
of...
speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
Every choice in this game seems to have like a time limit to it, which is distinctive. I don't think I've ever seen another choice-based game that has like a time limit on every choice. It certainly does sort of up the stakes of play. I'm kind of worried about this next choice that's coming up.
Now then, what is your
like
name?
I want to make the right one.
Commander ChxrryVT, Your Majesty.
Being a Kobliad, you would know better than anyone. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliad
So in that way, they're
is
kind of
as
like the
unimaginable
Bajorans.
as it is
The Kobliad
unforgivable.
are kind of similar, not just in looks, but
Not unlike how we have
having
been
a
treated
history with the
by the
Cardassians.
Illidians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Illidians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control,
Oh no, would you take it?
would you take it?
Well, I mean, it depends on like
Would you negotiate?
what that means in practice. Would you negotiate a peace? I'd right the wrong. I would seek peace. I can't speculate on that. I think they're not going to like this, but I think I would go for number 2. I would, well, yeah.
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
That was actually very well said.
Perhaps, Commander Rydak. Perhaps. Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No, it was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a
She thinks we're
steady
biased.
supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not
It's
your
not my place
Federation
to
rhetoric.
say. I mean, for that one, I feel like maybe it is not my place
I'm
to say.
sorry, Your Majesty, but it's really not my place to say what the Federation's interests might be.
You are their representative.
I am. But Ambassador Spock is better suited to address your concerns.
Passing it off to Spock.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth.
The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without a Lydian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines?
Man, they're really putting me on the spot here.
Who should the Federation recognize?
I mean, does it have to be a choice of one or the other?
Or
Like...
the Lydians?
Oh no, man! Now I have to
Only
choose.
be one or the...
Okay, I'm gonna have to pause here for a second. Yeah, earlier I think I made a slight mistake when I said, like, I can't say why the Federation... I should have just said, like, we want peace. So let's see. Captain Solano thought Jorah handled complex situation as well as could be expected when the Hotari Queen put her on the spot in the Queen's chamber. Ambassador Spock thought Jorah performed well under pressure when she was being questioned by the Hotari Queen. Okay, well, seems like both of them like how I'm doing, at least. But yeah, as for like which one deserves the mines, I mean, I feel like we really don't know enough yet about this conflict and like the background of it to say, you know, to say one way or the other. Because on one hand, like, it's true the Hotari attacked them, but like I feel like so far the game hasn't given us a lot of information about just why the Hotari attacked. Like, it's given a few just very vague hints maybe about like something involving exploitation or like a feeling of being exploited. But at the same time, like, we don't know how valid those feelings are. We don't know whether there was in fact exploitation, like, to say nothing of, you know, exploitation that would justify an attack that ends up, you know, killing hundreds of people. And so on one hand, like, could it have been, you know, like a slave revolt where like violence was the only answer to, you know, grant these people freedom? Perhaps. Or perhaps the violence was not the only option, or not the best option. Maybe the Illidians are like the genuine victims here. So that is something that, you know, it's a possibility I take seriously. And I'm actually a little annoyed that the game is forcing us to choose at this point. Because again, there just seems like such an absence of information. I'm not sure if maybe, like, if I had made different choices earlier, maybe the game would have given us more information. Or maybe not. Maybe that's part of just how the game is meant to be played, meant to be structured, is that you just have to kind of choose under limited information. Kind of like Starfleet captains must. You know, they don't always have all the facts, but they do have to make a choice. So in my case, let's see, which should I choose? Right now, I'm feeling a slight preference towards saying that the Illidians should control the mine. Just because, even though I don't know a whole lot about the background of it, I mean, they were the ones who were attacked, and apparently hundreds of them died. And it doesn't seem like they were, like, outright enslaving the Hotari. Although maybe the Hotari would dispute that characterization. But at the very least, there seems like a certain presumption, a certain burden of proof that the Hotari have for like why their attack was justified. And so far, there hasn't really been a whole lot given in terms of, you know, justifying that attack. So very tentatively, I'm going to say the Illidians here. Although I feel like this is going to be like a big, irreversible choice that just that just ends up, you know, completely changing the course of the game, and a choice I might well regret. Like, as you say there in the chat, Chrysostomo, and by the way, I might be mispronouncing that, so you can tell me if I'm saying it right, but Chrysostomo Ibar, real negotiations like this would take days, if not weeks. Yeah, that's the thing, because like with negotiations like this, like the game gives us a few minutes It puts us in this like tense, extremely tense diplomatic situation, and puts us right on the spot and just says basically like pick a side. So yeah, I mean, I'm not embarrassed to admit it. Yeah, like I'm struggling here with this choice, but we're just gonna roll with it and see what we can do. Because I think that's the only thing that we can do right now. So I'm gonna click resume.
The other, not
and
both.
Say the Illidians.
If there can only be one, then it would be in the best interest of all involved if the Illidians resumed operation of the mines.
And that is why we should not trust our fate to the Federation.
She speaks sense. You do well to listen to her.
And you do well to hold your tongue.
We will take back our minds by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential
Okay, good call,
representatives.
Spock. Yeah, that's gonna be more productive, I agree. There's way too much heat in the room right now with all these extra people.
I would agree, Ambassador Spock. I think this is best left to those of us with more experience in diplomatic matters.
Ooh, so maybe I won't get to see what happens with it now. Maybe it's the captain who will decide.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the RyotaRyu are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Yeah, like really we needed to know that before, like, going into all of the negotiations. But, you know, whatever, it's fine. Oh, I guess I can't talk to these guys. Got some cool shades, though. Yeah, and a cool gun. Like, these guys, there's a certain aura that they have. They're like space orcs, kind of. Honestly, who would trust these Squidward-looking freaks? Squidward might trust them, you know, since you bring up Squidward. Anyway, I think, chat, let's see, it looks like I've been playing this about 2 hours and 12 minutes now. This feels like a good place to stop because it's just after that major moment of the sort of initial diplomatic talks. So I think for right now, I'm just going to kind of put a pause on it, and we'll probably come back to this in a later stream and see how the story continues. One thing I'll say before I go is that, yeah, like before starting this, I really wasn't sure exactly what the game would be like. And it does have a few rough edges, like, you know, some of the animations and so on. And so sometimes some of the controls, but like overall though, like it's really solid. I enjoy the writing in it and the choices, and I think it's doing just an excellent job feeling like you're in a Star Trek episode, really putting the player in these situations that kind of evoke classic Trek style dilemmas. And that is just something that I have immense respect for, the fact that the game is willing to go there and is not just all just like straight action, you know, but there's lots of like diplomacy and reflection and dialogue and like character relationships. And so I think that, like, especially for a Star Trek game, that's just something that you need to really respect the universe and capture the feel of the universe. So I'll look forward to seeing how this continues later. And like already in this first section, we already have quite a lot of crew relationships. And yeah, I mean, overall, it seems like, yeah, most of the crew I'm doing pretty well on. Let's see, Lieutenant Commander Chovak, still trying to kind of, still trying to get him to like me, but maybe that's going to be like the hardest challenge in the game. But yeah, like so far, like for everyone else, seems like I'm doing quite well in terms of like putting together a crew who likes each other and works well together, which I think is what we're going to need for the final challenge, or the increasing challenges as the game moves on. So with that, I think that, again, I'll go ahead and end it here. But thank you everyone for tuning in. I believe that's the last stream I have this week, but for next week I'll be having some more and be trying to put out some more videos too about philosophy and some other things. So have a good rest of your Friday, everybody, and I will see you next time.